What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series talk show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we're going to be counting down our top 5 most wanted Clone Wars figures for the Black Series.
Yeah, there was this new line revealed for the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars era, because it's not just the Tartakovsky Clone Wars.
Right.
Patrick, during the Hasbro PulseCon 2022 Star Wars panel, he refers to it as like the Clone Wars world, both Tartakovsky and Filoni. So we kind of balanced both of them out for the list. It's kind of odd. I don't really know what they mean by this, because they also keep saying it's a mini beat. I literally do not know what that means. Is it going to be a few waves? Is it one wave? Is it a new subline? It's a mini beat.
Throughout 2023, again, a mini beat, but we'll be celebrating the 20 years of that Clone Wars world, both the Genndy, but also the Dave Filoni world. So,
whatever that means.
Right.
I would have to suspect it's probably a couple waves. I hope we at least get one more Tartakovsky wave, one more 3D Clone Wars wave. That would be awesome.
Nonetheless, it's great that they are acknowledging some sort of anniversary, prequel era related. So this could be another age of Black Series if there's like a good response to this, whatever they end up doing. I don't know if they're going to do new sculpts. I don't know if it's just going to be a bunch of repaints, but this is our list.
We do have one honorable mention, that is the Phase 1 Blue ARC Trooper.
Yeah, this from the 2D Clone Wars. TVC actually has this figure.
Yep.
We have the red Commander.
Yep.
Now we need the blue one.
It's literally that simple.
Yeah.
And the Phase 1 Clone Troopers are just so fun and energetic and full of personality in the Tartakovsky Clone Wars series.
Full of personality while also being completely silent. They're basically just like silent badasses.
Exactly. It's
in
awesome.
The 2D Clone Wars. And from the screenshots I've seen, there's no notch. So it's like they don't have to do that inaccuracy that they did with the Commander. They just have like the straight over one. Even though I think the TVC figure actually has the pouch.
It does have the pouch.
There it is.
It's right here.
I mean, I'd just take just a bigger version of that.
Just blow this figure up and we're good.
Like we kind of said, we're sort of confused on what they mean by Clone Wars world, because they didn't rule out Filoni's Clone Wars world, the 3D Clone Wars. So we kind of go back and forth on the list, with the exception of 5 and 4. But coming in at number 5 is Ahsoka from like seasons 3 to 5. It's the more like covered costume from the second half of Clone Wars.
Another figure TVC has.
True. I mean, they have infinitely more characters and costumes than Black Series does.
No.
Don't forget that, TVC fans.
But yeah, we would love to have this. It's nice to have the Season 7 costume, even though it is mildly inaccurate.
True, because it reuses some of the Rebels figure.
And it's just odd that we haven't got that figure in Black Series yet.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like an obvious one.
And like, just seeing how good the Ahsoka from The Mandalorian is, I'm like, now I'm really desiring a season 3 to 5 look of the character.
Number 4 is another 3D Clone Wars character, and that is Savage Opress.
We couldn't not have him on the list.
Right.
We'd get boiled alive in the comments.
I mean, he's one of the most badass characters in all of Clone Wars, voiced by Clancy Brown as well, which is also always exciting. And he's just a giant yellow Darth Maul with sweet armor.
Yeah, and at one point he just has like an axe, like melee weapon, before he gets his double-bladed lightsaber that he does the mass decapitation with on the Black Suns. He's just an all-around essential characters. If they're going to be celebrating the Clone Wars, both 2D and 3D, this is iconic enough of a character to do. 100% needs to be a brand spanking new sculpt, because he is quite a bit larger than Maul. And quick side note, I'd take a Maul from that arc as well, with the more robotic lower half.
Since Hasbro seems like they're getting back into the 2-pack game, just make it a 2-pack.
Quick side note, we omitted all named clones from this list. I just wanted to point that out. because I know a lot of people, including ourselves, want fives, kicks, waxer, boil, etc. We left name clones out of this list because those are, for the most part, very, very, very easy repaints.
Right.
Or at least mild retooling of different bits for the character. Like Kicks would need like a medic backpack.
Right.
But he's still just a regular 501st clone. It's just painted differently. Too easy to like, oh, I want this. We could go on forever with clones. So that is why we omitted the named clone troopers from this list. But yes, Hasbro, give us all the named clones, and every legion of clone, I will literally buy every single last clone trooper you release.
Let's put it this way. We don't have to say it anymore. It goes without saying.
Yeah, but we're going to get someone like
Right.
fives.
Right.
Fives is coming.
I definitely understand that.
Coming in at number 3 is Dirge. Ooh. Now, Nate, I know you love this character. You're the one with a very, very sweet spot for 2D Clone Wars.
That's true. That is my Clone Wars, as that's what I watched when I was a kid. I didn't really watch the 3D show until I was actually an adult, but I do love the 3D show. However, the 2D show just has that sweet spot for me. So, of course, we got to have Dirge on the list. Badass bounty hunter. Pretty much goes without saying. If you've ever seen the Tartakovsky show, you know his face-off with Obi-Wan is legendary.
Oh, yeah.
And the character also has a quite extensive history as well in the comic books. So,
yeah, I think he just randomly appeared in a newer comic. I think that one of the newer Dr. Aphra issues, we see Dirge.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it's like the final panel of one of the issues. He's like, that's my bounty. Or something like, you know how Star Wars comics go.
Right. He shows up and goes, my name's Dirge, and that's my bounty.
Exactly.
and then everyone, oh.
Yeah. I love the Lance, the speeder bike Lance jousting scene.
Yeah. Side note, I would also love the IG droids that are with Dirge, the blacked out
and they're
IG
like
droids.
Pointy. Yeah.
Those are just super cool, but you could also do Dirge with a jetpack and 2 blasters, like the old school Clone Wars 3 3/4 inch figure. So there's options with Dirge, and I think he's a fan favorite, cult classic Star Wars character status. So
for sure,
give us Dirge. Number 2 is jumping back to the 3D Clone Wars series, and this is another one where, as every day goes on, I wonder, where is he?
Yeah.
We're talking about pre-Vizsla.
Now, I like how 2D Clone Wars is your Clone Wars, because in that, we're kind of flipped.
Right.
Like, my Clone Wars, the one I grew up watching, is the 3D Cartoon Network. Well, they were both Cartoon Network, but the 3D Filoni Clone Wars, and pre-Vizsla is another, right up there with Savage, as just like an essential, if you're going to be celebrating the Clone Wars. There are tons of arcs with him. It expands upon the Mando lore, the different houses and clans and such. Especially with The Mandalorian as a Disney Plus series, we got Paz Vizsla.
Right.
So he's kind of sort of relevant. He wielded the Darksaber at one. He's the original. He's the first time we see the Darksaber, not the original wielder. That would be Tar Vizsla. But the first, we're introduced to an all-black lightsaber with this character. Super iconic. His showdown with Maul.
Yep.
Legendary. And he's just cool. He just has a cool design. It's also a Jon Favreau voiced character.
Yep, so you get to hear strength.
Yes. I also feel like the pieces exist.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, that this could honestly, they could almost get away with, doing a little kit bash work to make a pre-Vizsla. They'd really just have to do head sculpt.
And it's like, if they can dedicate an all-new sculpt to the Death Watch Mandalorian, there's no reason that they can't do a little kit bashing, a little bit of retooling, a little bit of new tooling, bits and armor,
some
and
of
whatever it is.
Some of that.
Yeah. Sugar, spice, everything nice. You guys know what it is.
And Chemical X.
Coming in at number 1. This is our most desired Black Series figure, and guess what? They're all over the place in 2D Clone Wars. They're all over the place in 3D Clone Wars, in Attack of the Clones, in Revenge of the Sith, and they even have a brief cameo in Mando. So Hasbro, if you can do an HK-87, dedicating an all-new sculpt to that droid, you can dedicate an all-new sculpt to Q90. You can dedicate an all-new sculpt to Ned B. You can dedicate an all-new sculpt to the New Republic security droid. You can dedicate an all-new sculpt to the Super Battle Droid. This is the #1 biggest hole in the Black Series, and what better time to release this figure than if you are commemorating the Clone Wars? Because it doesn't matter if it's 2D, 3D, whatever it is, just give me the Super Battle Droid.
Think about it, Hasbro. You could do Tartakovsky vintage card back for the Super Battle Droid. Boom. You could do vintage style 3D Clone Wars card back. Boom. You could do Attack of the Clones vintage card back. Boom. There's already...
The Revenge of the Sith packaging.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities to re-release this figure and not even have to change much about it. And then you could really get into all the Gaming Greats colors that they could do.
Give it the stripes. Do the rocket launcher. You watch those wrist rockets.
There's so much that can be done with the Super Battle Droid to where it doesn't make sense to me that they wouldn't put the money towards a sculpt of this, because there's, just like Clone Troopers, many, many times you can re-release that figure and make your money on that mold. And, you know, I hate to say it, but with the things are now, it'd probably be deluxe, unfortunately, but people like us would still be here army building because we love Star Wars and this is what we want on our shelves.
Yeah, another one, Dark Trooper. You just dedicated an all-new sculpt to the Dark Trooper. There is so much love to droids right now in the Blacks. R2 is getting a new sculpt.
Finally.
There is so much love being dedicated to droids right now that it's unbelievable. We still haven't gotten a Super Battle Droid, easily the biggest hole in the entire Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figure line. It needs to happen. You know, how Lukeness Monster is with 5s, that's how we are gonna be with the Super Battle Droid. I'm doing it. Hashtag make the Super Battle Droid. Hasbro, get on it. But honestly, just please, just release it. Sculpt it, engineer it, release it. You can do it.
We will absolutely buy them all.
Not all. I would at least have to have 2. And then, you know, do the Destroyer Droid while you're at it.
Yeah.
And the Magna Guard.
Yeah, special shout out to the Destroyer Droid, Magna Guard, the Tactical Droid.
Commando Droid.
The Commando Droid.
We need all those sets.
Special shout out to them. But yes, that is our top 5 most wanted for the Clone Wars. Let us know what characters you would like to see as figures in the Black Series in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars, the Black Series here on the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel in a more direct manner, we do also offer a channel membership for 99 cents a month. You get a custom Clone Trooper name badge that changes based on how long you are a member of the Basement Dweller Army. And you also get access to custom emojis that you can use on our videos and in our live streams, which are every single Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Time. Those are always a lot of fun. Always great to interact with the community, and we discuss a lot of stuff outside of the Black Series as well. It's more free form.
Yeah, they're super fun. If you'd like to join us, Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. This previous stream was actually us covering the Hasbro PulseCon reveals.
Yep.
We had like 260 something people in there at one point, so thank you so much for the great support on that stream. We hope to see you all again this Sunday for whatever it is we do. And join that Discord.
Join that Discord.
Links for everything. Description.
We do also have merch if you're interested. Link in the description. Check out that link tree that Justin worked so hard on. It's nice and uniform and easy to navigate.
I worked very, very hard on it. It's just a plugin. You don't have to do anything.
Special thank you to our current channel members, though. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there for simply watching, liking, and subscribing, and sharing these videos with all of your Star Wars loving friends. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you next time on Out of the Basement.